I've been quite busy with beekeeping these past days and weeks because we split the two hives that we have. So I have one standing in my garden. These are the bees that swarmed and I caught them on my birthday, and they grew a lot. So we made another little hive from that one. And then we also checked on the bees that are standing in my neighbor's garden, and they actually had some queen cells there. We couldn't really figure out why, but we made 2 more hives. So now we have 5 hives, like 2 big ones and 3 just little baby ones that are supposed to grow now. They need to wait for the queen to hatch and do her wedding flight and all of these things. So there were a few days where I checked on the bees daily and I didn't do much else, but I'm really happy with the outcome. Now I have 2 little beehives standing in my garden, and that's very nice. Look what I found in the thrift store. It's a huge green martini glass in my favorite shade of olive green, as you can probably tell by the top that I'm wearing. But isn't that one of the most perfect little things, or rather big things, that you've ever seen? I'm so happy. I was a bit hesitant to actually take it with me because it is kind of a ridiculous item to own, but I couldn't say no to that. It's just way too beautiful. And there is a bit of irony in that because I don't drink. I've been sober for 3 years, but it's such an amazing find. I paid €4 for it, so. I also got 2 skeins of black mercerized cotton yarn. These are 2 50-gram balls. And I already have a cream-colored mercerized cotton in my stash in the same weight, and maybe I can do some kind of pattern, like colorwork pattern top or something with these. So that was really nice. I don't know how much these were, I didn't ask, but I paid €10 for everything that I got, so maybe like €1 each. I don't really know. Then I got another tea light holder. It's just this round shape with an indent, so you can put your tea light in here. And I really like these shapes, and I like this chromy steel kind of metal. So I also don't know how much this is, but it's really nice. And lastly, I got this bag. It's a handbag, like a kind of shopping type of handbag, I think. And it's this material that I can't really identify, but it's a natural material. It looks kind of like grass or something like that. And then the handles are made out of leather and some other type of natural material wrapped around it. And the lining is brown. I think this is cotton fabric, like by the feel, but there is no tag whatsoever anywhere. It could potentially be handmade, but I really don't know. But it's really high quality and in perfect condition. And just like today with this outfit that I'm wearing, isn't that a look? I feel very bohem and like I'm living the Dolce Vita, and I think this bag represents that. For the huge martini glass, the 2 balls of yarn, the tea light holder, and the bag. I paid 10 euros, so that is a really good price. And you haven't already noticed, I have a new couch. This is my new chill out area. I feel like it's a bit of a landscape now. It's not just a couch with a table in front of it. Everything went well. It arrived yesterday. We had to lift it through a window to get it inside of my apartment because my doors are too small, but that worked out very well and I am so happy with it. It looks amazing and I'm in love, and I will spend many hours sitting there knitting away on my little projects and be very comfortable. This image is a bit tilted. I'm sorry if anyone is bothered by that, because I am, but I'm going to keep calm and not fix it right now. This lamp is also new and I love it very much because it is the steel chromy metal color, and I think like the shape, it reminds me of Lily of the Valley, which is one of my favorite blooms, and now I can't. I also framed the piece of cotton that I embroidered this pattern on with some vintage silk that I got, and I think it really suits the rest of the pictures. So you can imagine me laying here suffering dramatically but beautifully on my couch. I also went to my second Pilates class this morning and I felt a bit gelatinous after that, but now I feel very well. It's fine. After the first class I was very sore. It was very hard on my body and I think I felt sore for almost 5 days because I wasn't sure if I just overexerted myself in the first session, but today was kind of similar from my energy level and my strength and my muscle control and these things, so I'm very happy about that. My mood is so much better and I feel like I'm a bit more back on track now. I don't have so many open tabs in my brain. I'm in a place now where I can again decide what I want to do and what I want to work on, and that is a very good feeling to have. It is 7:30 in the morning and I just drove my mom to the train station. She had to get an early train today and I thought I would take Fen with me and go for a little swim in a nearby lake. So that's what we're going to do now. This was an absolute 10 out of 10 morning. I'm surrounded by flies. I don't know what that is about because I'm supposed to be very clean because I just swam in a lake. This is probably the best way I've started a day in a very long time. Fen also was so happy. It was so fun to see her having so much fun because she's an anxious dog and now she's a bit anxious again because we can hear some motorbikes going by and she's very scared of them. There was pretty much no one there. It's a pretty big lake. I was at the very end of it. The main body of water is somewhere down. Hello, I've lost my dog. Fen Fen? Would you mind coming out of there? Hello? Fen Fen? Okay, I retrieved Fen from her adventure down in the tunnel. I would probably never go here on a weekend, like during the day, because it's quite popular, especially when it's hot, and we are in the heat wave now. And it is a bit cooler up here where I live and where this lake is. So a lot of people from the valley from the flatlands, driving up here and spend the day or the weekend here, which is very understandable, but I don't want to share. So this was perfect. And now I am going to get some groceries and drive back home and be very, very glad I did this. I have made significant progress with the t-shirt that I'm knitting. I finished the body, I did a double knit hem, and I also finished the neckline, and I did the same. I picked up some stitches and then sewed them down. Here at the hemline, I knit them together and bound off at the same time. And here I sewed it down because it gets a bit more stretchy if you sew it than if you knit them together and bind off. So I think that's better for the neckline. And I also started the sleeve, the first one, but I do have a bit of an issue with it because in the front, I don't know if you can see, it's quite because in the front where I picked up the stitches, it doesn't really look that clean, especially if you compare it to the back, which looks so much better. So now I'm thinking about unraveling them. So I think I'm going to do that. Also, I can weigh out the amount of yarn I have for the sleeves, because this is everything I have left. So I can divide it into 2 balls that will determine the length of the t-shirt sleeves. It is now 6 o'clock in the evening, and I dared to go out with Fen because she needs to do some business things, but also it is nice outside. It is hot. We have around 30 degrees now, like throughout the entire day, but the temperature depends a bit. So right now I'm on the north side of the mountain that is next to the village that I live in. and it is a tiny bit cooler here. Also there's a bog, so there's a bit of more humidity. I could also go to a lake, but it's the weekend and it's going to be crowded, so I'm not going there. No one can bring me to go to a lake in daytime on the weekend.